experience that led me to transportation, the transportation industry, started on my first day of work out of graduate school. When I graduated from Penn State in 2002, I moved to Washington, D.C., to the nation's capital to work. And on my first day, I showed up with my car looking for parking instructions, and I was nearly laughed out of the office. And so, having been born and raised in the South, I had never rode public transit, but I quickly returned home and figured it out. And my venture into the city via public transit wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I figured it out pretty quickly because the metro system has a very user-friendly map. And from that day on, I just fell in love with transit and the lifestyle that comes along with being a transit rider. And when I returned to Atlanta a few years later, I immediately just started advocating for everything that was transit related that built upon the MARTA system, from the Atlanta Beltline to Atlanta streetcar, just so that I could continue to support that kind of transit lifestyle that I thought was very beneficial. What I would like to see for the future of transportation is permanent funding at the state and federal levels across the country to meet the transportation needs across many cities and regions. I think we all have realized, from policymakers to the general public to practitioners, that transportation or public transit isn't just for those who are in need. It's a viable and alternative option for all of us, just to help the environment and get out of our cars and be able to just improve a way of life. And I think that there are a lot of insufficient transportation needs as our cities grow and develop and plan for projects that transportation doesn't meet the needs of. And so as that continues to happen, as the economy continue to increase across the country, we're going to need funding to help meet these transportation needs. And so that is definitely what I see the future of transportation should be: permanent, required funding at the state and federal levels. The most overlooked issue in public transportation are the health benefits to riding. I don't think we stress this enough in our industry when most Americans don't get enough exercise, and doctors typically tell us to exercise 30 minutes 3 to 4 times a week. And if you rode transportation daily, or even just a couple of times a week to save gas, you would inherently get built-in exercise, because you typically walk anywhere between a quarter of a mile to a mile from door to door, from a door-to-door commute. And you have to walk the platform, you have to climb stairs to exit the station. You typically get really good workout, and that most of us need to avoid those heart-healthy diseases that run from high cholesterol to high blood pressure, and these are things that attack many of our families. So yes, I think the most overlooked issue in public transportation are the health benefits. The one thing that's interesting about me is I love adventurous travel, international travel, where I've gone from Paris, France to Athens, Greece, and Thessaloniki to Aruba to South Africa to Bora Bora. And I enjoy adventurous travel because you get to experience things you've never experienced before, and cultures that you're not familiar with, and you get to experience some wonders of the world, and just things you live to tell about that makes life rich. Examples would be from jumping a 40-foot cliff to rolling through the South African bush on an authentic safari experience where animals are like 2 and 3 times the animals you see in the American zoos. So yeah, the one thing that's interesting about me is that I thoroughly enjoy adventurous travel.